Anyway, game number 2 now about to get started. It is going to be on a very big 4-player map, of course. Here we are on Frost.
Indeed. Who have we got in this game, DUCKVILLE?
Well, up at the top right-hand side is our blue Terran player. Winner of the previous game did an excellent job of, I guess, sticking to it. I mean, they both did a wonderful game on Accolon, but here he is from Team Acer. It is Innovation.
And in the bottom left, spawn in the red, showing us a beautiful game with mutas last time. It is Startle Curious on Frost LE. This is a really good map for Zerg players against Terran. You can definitely tell that it's Curious's pick, because I know a lot of Terran players do not like this map at all against Zerg. That means even if Curious wins, that Innovation's gonna get the pick next round, so he'll get a really good map for himself. So Curious gonna enjoy this map for himself while it's here.
Do you reckon it'll be a true sign of like a champion if Innovation can win here, or is it just Zerg like this map? It's not as in Zerg favored.
It's probably slightly Zerg favored. I don't think it's like ridiculous. I think it's probably still a pretty balanced map. It's just because it's really big, it's like whirlwind, and you can spread creep really easily, and the corridors are pretty good with Ling Bane against Marine Mine. Like, it's so easy to spread creep on these maps where it's always really flat.
Yeah. Like
in the center, it's all just completely flat, and you send like 2 tumors through one of the pathways and 2 tumors through the other one, and you just get such good creep spread. And as we saw last game, Curious kept remaking his creep every time he got killed, and this game his creep is probably going to be really, really good.
Yeah, it's well, as we can see from Innovation, it is going to be a CC first. Just wanting to play out a little bit more of a macro game, identifying that it is a bit of a little bit more of a macro map here. So we'll see how he goes in game number 2. Meanwhile, for Curious, spawning pool goes up, no gas.
Yeah, pretty standard to go no gas nowadays. Probably pick up double gas around 36 supply. That's generally how you go, is like 4 queen and then double gas around 36 supply. It's what people like. He did go for the faster gas last game, but that's probably because he saw the Reaper. When you see the Reaper, you generally need to get a bit faster gas so you can take care of those dudes, so you can take your third base. Otherwise they can just sit the Reaper on the third base and just stop you from getting it, basically.
Yeah. And it takes too long to waddle a queen over there, so...
Yeah.
We have Innovation just currently scouting out, just trying to figure out where his opponent is. When he realizes it's cross spots, he's going to be thinking, that's a little bit more annoying for me. Of course, the Zerg and cross spots on this map is going to be a little bit better than horizontal or vertical, I'd imagine. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. Easy to spread creep as well, like I said, just spread it straight through the middle there. And Innovation doesn't actually get in with the SEV there, he just checks that the natural's up, and then he gets out. So he doesn't know about the gas timing of Curious, which is always really nice to know. If there's some fast gas timing coming, like some mass speedling build or baneling timing, or even roach timing really early.
Yeah, the Roach Ling or Roach Bane, all those kinds of things, it can be a little bit frustrating to deal with sometimes. We'll see if either of them want to get prepared for something funky like that. But for the moment, we're just going to continue on a very normal kind of pace. A reactor going up on the racks. Of course, the factory is being added on now as well. So yeah, everything is all pretty standard for the time being. A couple of Marines out to defend in this bunker, so they'll be hanging out, looking for a couple of Zergling kills there if they can. But,
so what we need to look for now is Curious going to take a third base right now. If he doesn't, he could be going for some kind of Roach Bane timing. Generally this is the more standard timing to take a third base. So let's have a look if he sends out a drone around now. It doesn't look like he's doing it quite yet. He's building 2 more Overlords, but he doesn't have a Roach Warren yet. And there goes the drone. There we go.
Alright, we are okay. Don't panic, guys. No 2 base just yet. But yeah, he's going to head across. He's going to take this space. What do you think about the bases on this? As in, is this...
I was just thinking, that's pretty weird one to take. I think the bottom one in these positions probably a lot better because it's just further to run. You do get that A little bit of a high ground there, but I don't think it hurts too much. But there's not too much difference. He's going to have good creep spread coming out of here. It's just if Innovation decides to go around the left there, then, and there's no creep there, then that could be pretty painful. But I'm sure Curious has that figured out, and he'll probably spread the creep around that way as well. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't think there's too much difference. I think I just prefer the bottom one just because it's further away.
Yeah, that's understandable. Of course, for those of you playing at home, of course, the normal sort of way to expand as a Zerg player is trying to go away from your opponent. You want to try and be able to utilize the agility and the mobility of your Zerglings and sort of the very fast units. Of course, the Speedlings, the Speed Banes, and the Mutas, and these kinds of things that you have in this matchup are all very fast. And what that means is that you can expand further away from your opponent, meaning that they have to travel further, meaning that you can defend it a little bit easier because of their lack of reinforcements. So that's the general sort of theorem behind taking bases as a Zerg, but you know, everybody's different and you can do things differently as you desire. So that's what we see here from Curious. Just it's nothing, it's not game changing at all, it's just slightly different to take this one here. So we can see that Innovation, he's got a couple of these Hellions out on the map controlling the watchtower for now. He wants to try and stop this creep spread, wants to make sure that this is limited to this sort of area here where it can't really push too much further out. As Fenner mentioned, it's very easy to spread creep on this map, to be able to just push it out as fast as you can and as far as you can, so that you have that extra little bit of mobility and vision. But what are these Lings up to?
Sneaky Lings, and he's got a lot more Lings coming out as well. This could be a little bit of a Ling Bane timing. He has got more gas coming up now, so that gas is pretty late. I think it's definitely going to be Ling Bane timing. It's a lot of Lings. He's probably going to morph these ones that he snuck out into Banes and try and hit something. Let's see what he does. He might not. It might just be Lings for a counterattack. And he is droning now as well. Let's see what he does. He's going to move in here. Going to try and pick up these Marines. The Hellions are here, though, and Innovation is ready for this. He's all over the place. And those Lings are going to go straight down. Great play by Innovation, just realizing what was going on. So easy for Innovation, man.
No, I mean, it was just really funny because when he was firing the flame from the Hellions, it actually hit the burrowed Ling. So he actually killed the burrowed Ling before the turret completed so he could land the base. That was really funny. But, it reminded me of in Brood War, if you had in PvP, if you had DTs in your base, but you had if you had an Archon or something like that, you could like attack a Zealot with an Archon, and the splash damage would try and kill the DT, even though you couldn't see it. Kind of funny stuff. But Innovation going up to a total of 58 SCVs right now. We've got that massive production about to start up for him. We can see the medevacs cranking out. We've got a lot of Widow Mines coming through too, along with a second factory to get that the Drilling Claws upgrade started. The Armory is on the way, but where are the extra upgrades here for Mr. Innovation? We're still waiting for
it begins again, DUCKVILLE.
There he is.
It's 11 minutes on the clock, and the Marines and the medevacs are moving across the map. That Queen gets picked off. Luckily, he's still got one alive, so he can still spread a bit more creep. But the Banelings are a bit late for Curious right here. He's going to move in. Actually, it might do some damage to Mineral Line here. This is pretty huge for Innovation if he can kill those drones. Actually, the Banelings come in. Nice hits from Curious. Not doing too much damage to the drone line, but still, he needs to wait for his more Banelings to come up here. And finally, he does get this round. Innovation picks up, but he did lose quite a few units. And I think Curious lost like a couple of drones, but not too many.
Not too many. There's a total of 3 drone kills here, so that's rather impressive for Curious at that stage. But as we can see, Innovation still continuing to get his economy into shape. The 2-2 is now on the way. That the Armory has finished up. We've got the production. It's probably going to crank up in a second. We'll probably see those extra 3 racks go down in just a moment here, as Innovation prepares for this for the mid game here, where we start to move into mass production of Marines. We'll get a couple of drops coming out, as we can see down at the bottom right hand side. We've got a few Marines and mines now just on the way. But there they go. Alright, they are gonna load up, and they are going to head across. But Curious, will he be prepared? He's got a couple of Overlords here to spot. We can see that the Lings and the Banes are also over in this area as well. But I think, yeah.
Curious doing a great job with his Overlord spread here. He knows this drop's coming. He just needs to prepare for it. But Innovation doing a nice job just dropping the Marines off as well, so we can pick off these Overlords. But Curious getting close there too. And going for an engagement. Look at those mines on that bridge. That's disgusting, man. If Lings go across there, it's not going to be a happy day for those Lings. And, there is a drop at the third base for Curious, actually, but there is a Spine Crawler and a Spore Crawler there ready. I think Innovation is looking to engage into this fourth base of Curious as well, but he's taking his time, and Curious is ready with a couple of Ling Bane there. This game not really picking up yet. Oh, 3 Banes chasing down these Marines, but Innovation does get the pickup right there, and he drops the Marines down slowly to pick up those Banes.
Not too badly handled. He did lose a few of those Marines earlier on. It was actually like 3 medevacs worth of the Marines there, but did keep some of them alive, which is better than keeping none of them alive. And now we can see that Innovation is going to have his little bridge here, all fortified with the Marines and the mines. Of course, the Banelings detonating on top of the mines, taking them down, but Innovation still continuing to rally across the map. There are those extra racks I was talking about, a 4th command center also on the way, but Innovation starting to make his way through to the center of the map. And you know, this is that same sort of position that we saw on Accolon. When you start to establish a position here to you know, you sort of set up a position here where you can start to push into the 3rd base, and things start to get really good for the Terran player. But we'll see if Innovation is able to move across. The 2-2 upgrades now for Curious have just finished up, and a few more Lings, a few more Mutas are all on the way.
What I'm scared of right now for Curious is I think he lost his other Creep Queen, and his creep's just been kind of stagnant for a while. You really need to be working on pushing that out. He's got no more tumors left. He's got the one up there, but it's not active, so there's going to be no creep coming up for Curious. He's just going to be stuck in this position where he's desperately defending his 3rd base right here, and Innovation going to get a nice mine spread there. He's got something great to fall back on, spreading a couple more mines forward too. Curious coming in, seeing what he can do. Bane's moving forward, doing a nice bit of damage, detonated a couple of mines, but I don't think it's enough. Innovation might be able to move forward here, but he's still on creep. If Curious decides to go all in on defeating this army, I think he might be able to do it. 200 supply to 172. He's got 2-2 finished up now as well. And I think after these 19 Banelings finish morphing, he might, actually the 19 Banelings are on the other side of the map on the right. He's going to go for the 3rd base.
Let's go do a little bit of something we see from Petraeus quite often. Those Banelings just rolling in, secretly getting their way across. But meanwhile, at the front door of the 3rd, the Marines, the mines still continuing to roll about. They're trying to get in here on this 3rd base. The Banelings now coming through. Mines burrowing to try and get into a good position here. The Mutas are doing a good job of staying out of danger for the moment, but how long can they stay away from the mines? Massive Widow Mine hits here for Innovation, and it looks as if he's going to start to lose a little bit more. The Banes are they're actually retreating. I'm not sure what's going on there, but a large cluster of Lings is headed up towards the 4th base of Innovation. Planetary Fortress well prepared for that, dropping down a few mules right in the face of his opponent, and Innovation keeps his 4th base alive. These Banes, I'm not sure where these guys are going. They've been back and forth for the last couple of minutes, but they are probably going to head across to that 3rd base, but they need to get in there and get some damage done really soon, because Innovation is starting to crank out a huge amount of Marines.
Yeah, he's looking for an opening for those Banelings, but the Mutalists are moving across the map now. He's going to look to get that harassment on, which was really good last game, and this time he's got 4 bases up behind it. So if he can defend with these Ling Bane and get the Mutalist harassment going, he can do really well. He's moving into the Planetary Fortress. He's got a great position on this. There are some Marines coming down. Is it going to be enough Marines? There are quite a lot there. Can he take down this Planetary? I think he might be able to get it. There's no repair. He's on fire. But Curious deciding to retreat, and the Banes hit that 4th base at the same time. I'm not sure if you caught that on camera, but a lot of SCVs went down, and now he's in the main base with these Mutalists and the main engagement on the map as well. A lot of Banes out for Curious. Is he going to move forward into this? The Spine Crawler's helping out a lot, whilst the Mutalists harassed, and here come the Banelings moving forward. The Widow Mines get taken down, and a couple of more Banelings finishing up right now. He needs to take down this army. If Innovation can take down this base, it's going to be nasty for Curious. He's pulling the drones. The Lings are rallying across as well. It looks like he might sack this base.
Yeah, this is the trouble with this base. It is very exposed, and we'll see if Innovation is able to get out of there. We might see him pick up a... Well, in fact, no, he just stands firm. His 3-3 is complete, and he says, nope, I am just going to stick around for a little while longer. The rally still continues from Innovation, around about 15 Marines at a time. We have got an extra factory going down. Is that an extra one, or a... Oh, okay. That's the second factory. He must have lost the other one. Oh, the Mutas took it out, right. So the Mutas has certainly got a lot of damage done, but here is the problem, is that Innovation still has a way to take out this base. He can just roll his way through. There is even a Reaper from the start of the game is still alive. Reaper with 3-3, that is not something you often get to see. In fact, interestingly, stays alive for the moment, but the Mutas getting a lot of damage done across at the 4th base. There is a total of 34 Mutas out on the map right now. This Planetary Fortress is definitely doomed. There is no way to save that one. this one SCV has the toughest job alive. But so Innovation has taken his opponent down to just basically like 1.5 mining bases at the moment. There is another base coming up for Curious, but is it going to be enough? This is almost turning into the same situation we saw in the previous game, where Curious is struggling to get some mining.
Medivac's going down. That was really nice for Curious right there. Even though it looks like the same situation as last game, I think Curious is in a bit of a better situation. He wasn't struggling to defend that 4th base as hard. He's still got 200 supply right here, and the Mutalisks are just... they're staying alive, man. He's got... well, how many Mutalisks has he got again? Let's have a look right here. 36 Mutalisks, and there's a drop at the bottom right here, but that's not doing too much. Spine Crawler is set up nicely. Gonna go over that Spore Crawler into the main base. There's a bunch of drones there idle, actually. I hope Curious realizes that soon so we can get them back to mining. But he's gonna deal with this drop in the main base. The medevac goes down, and the Mutalisks come back to clean it up. And actually, bringing those Mutalisks back was a bit too much, I think, especially since Innovation saw them. He knows exactly where they are now, and he doesn't have to worry about them being in his base.
Right. Yeah, he knows that they're across that side. So Innovation currently sitting on 3 bases at the moment. His income currently sitting at around about 1,200 minerals coming in, and of course quite a bit of gas there as well, which is something that he doesn't necessarily need as much of. But as we slowly move towards the latter stages of the game, of course, when you start to move towards when the Zerg starts to move towards Hive Tech, you need to look towards the Marauders and those kinds of things to deal with the Ultras. But for the moment, lots of gas coming in, not doing too much for Innovation, but he certainly has a very powerful force of Marines and a couple of Marauders now starting to be added in.
Yeah, Mutalisks trying to move into that base as well. Going to pick up those Widow Mines. Nice control by Curious, picking one off, moving back. And he's trying to deal with this 4th base of Innovation as well with a couple of Lings. But the Mutalisks just moving in there, going to look for an opening, but they can't find one. This Mutalisk control from Curious is just amazing. He goes into so many tight spots where a worse player would just lose a lot of Mutalisks to Marines, but he always manages to find his way out. And he's going to take control of these watchtowers right now, but once again, he doesn't have any creep spread. I really dislike this. I'd love to see some creep spread go down. It'll help him out a lot. And moving these mutas across to the top, they're going to be ready to attack into that planetary once Innovation moves out.
And what they'll probably do is we'll see these mutas go in. The Banes may try and attack. There is a big cluster of Banes down on the right-hand side of the map. So the mutas are going to try and draw the units across, and there go those Banes. They're starting to move their way across the bridge. The mutas inside the main, taking out the starport. Very nicely done.
The Banes, DUCKVILLE, the Banes, they're going into the mineral line right now, but they don't manage to make it. The Marines manage to kill them before they get there. And the Mutalisks picking up a couple of medevacs here. A really nice play by Curious. And once again, he manages to sneak out without losing any Mutalisks at all. He's even building more Mutalisks, actually.
He took out a factory.
He's up to 41 and he's building 3 more. This is crazy.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job with his control right now. So, takes out a factory, takes out a starport as well. Innovation, he's going to be sitting in his position and thinking, well, what am I going to do right now? Because my opponent is slowly starting to regain control right now. And as we can see, pathogen glands on the way. We've got a whole bunch of Banes just morphing in as a defensive measure here for Curious. And as Fenner mentioned, we're now up to 44 mutas up in the air here for Curious. So he has certainly got a lot of map presence right now. These Lings just heading across the top side, trying to check out if there are any extra bases around the map that need to be cleared out, but to no avail for the moment. And as you can see, Hive is now on the way for Curious.
So the thing is, for Innovation here, he can't really move out onto the map with this many Mutalisks there. He has to leave Marines behind like this, Widow Mines behind. No amount of turrets is going to stop that amount of Mutalisks. And once again, he's morphing a couple of Banelings at the top of the map. Gonna look to hit that planetary. Is that enough Banes to take it down? I think it is. Yeah, he can just one-shot that planetary with his Banes, but there is a couple of Marines there, so they'll probably take down a couple of Banes before he gets there. Let's watch this, see what happens.
Here we go, the Banes now rolling down the cliff. They're going to come across. They actually just go straight into a lot of the units. And wow, some big hits there. The planetary almost goes down. Meanwhile, the Marines have slowly found their way across the map into the attempted 5th base of Curious, and they take that down with ease. But there is another one down in the bottom right-hand side. So, Innovation, he's trying to keep control of this game, but I don't know, I can't just help feeling it.
There's more Banes coming in. Can he take this down? He's moving in. Widow Mine, massive hit on those Banes, and that was a great trade for Innovation. He's moving in with the Mutalisks into the 3rd base right now, taking down a lot of SCVs, and Innovation down to 32 SCVs right now. Widow Mine going to get a nice hit there in the main, and finding another bunch of medevacs. Just the medevacs slowly keep dying. and Curious probably going to find himself a way out of this base again.
He's been able to come through and has been able to take down quite a lot of the very important buildings. We saw starports going down, we've also seen factories going down as well, and Innovation attempts to drop down on this base, but unfortunately is not able to take that one out. A couple of big bailing hits there, picking up quite a lot of the Marines, and we can see now that Curious is just starting to set up these bailing traps all over the place.
Look at those mines. Look at those mines in the middle of the map. Curious might fly the Mutalisk over there, and if he does, that's going to be nasty. That's what Innovation is hoping for. Oh my god, DUCKVILLE!
Big hits.
He noticed that.
Not
Great
massive,
reactions.
yeah.
Great reactions there.
Really good idea though from Innovation. Like
Yeah.
he knows that his opponent is trying to threaten that base and put some mines in really good positions to capture them on the way back. So at the moment, Curious currently sitting on 70 drones. He's mining off of around about sort of 2 bases, almost 3 right now. So he is looking reasonably good. But we'll see if Innovation is going for this last push or if he has some backup plan in mind, because these mutas are just really starting to rein in and control the map as they move about. We've got a huge total of 38 mutas out, but Innovation, he's on the warpath. He's now starting to push down. Muta mines burrowing, Marines getting prepared. Will Innovation be able to get the damage done that he needs to do right here? We'll see as the field of mines starts to get set up.
Throwing down infested Terrans can help a lot with those Widowmine's fungal going down. Just using these spine crawlers right now to defend whilst the Ultralisks are being built. There's 3 on the production tab. Baneling's moving forward. He wants to save those until he's got the Ultralisks out. He really needs to wait for those Mutalisks moving forward as well. He doesn't want to get hit by the Widowmines. They're nice fungals by Curious. Baneling's moving forward as well. Another nice fungal there. And now the Ultralisks are here. What can he get done? There's so many Mutalisks though. They're not the best in these direct engagements. Moving forward with the Ultralisk fungals going down. And can Curious do it? There's so many Mutalisks. There's not many ground units for Curious. He's moving forward with the Mutalisks now. The Mutalisks are just going to fight the Marines, and they all get taken down. The Widowmines are going to get picked off now. Ouch, that hurt, but still enough mutas here to finish off the rest of the army for Innovation. And now there's 7 Ultralisks on the production tab. This is looking that was nearly the death of all those Mutalisks, but he does manage to survive. And now there's 8 Ultralisks coming out, and they're going to be huge, taking down Innovation.
Yeah, Innovation is really, he's had to do this. It's gotten to a point where he has to get in here and get some damage done, but I mean, Curious has just had really good responses to all of this. He's been able to pick up quite a lot of the Widowmines in some of these battles, and now the mutas are getting a little bit low, but they're coming back into the fight. Very risky to come across with that, but Innovation, is he down? Is he out? We'll find out in a moment. He's starting to maneuver some of these Widowmines around. Looks like the Marines are going to take out this hatchery very quickly here, and the rest of them are now starting to move about. Infestor goes down. Not the greatest thing to see there, but where is everything for Curious? He's headed with the Mutalisk across the map. He's trying to draw his opponent back. He wants to make sure that his opponent is not attacking into the main, but Innovation, he knows there is another base down on the bottom right hand side of the map. Will he be able to take it out before Curious is able to take him out? We'll find out as the mutas now slowly push across. The 4th of Innovation is in a bit of trouble. This planetary is probably going to go down, and we can now see that Curious is also in a little bit of a tight spot with his extra mining base now starting to fall.
Yeah, if he loses this base, he's basically going to have no mining again, so he probably wants to start another base real soon. The Mutalisk going into the main base. The thing about Curious, he does have a really nice army right now. He's got those Infestors, the Ultralisks. Maybe a couple of Banelings in there would help out nicely as well. But it looks like Innovation just going to work on defending this. If the planetary gets up, that's going to be really hard for Curious to break, especially with no creep as well. He's trying to get another base in the middle left. That will probably get up because Innovation's going to have a hard time wandering all the way across there when he's trying to defend this base. But this is a pretty weird situation now. I think Curious needs to go for the break on this base, but it's going to be pretty hard to do.
Yeah, it looks like, in fact, Innovation may be falling back for the moment. No, he comes back across. He wants to try and make sure that this stays up. The Widowmites can burrow and he can space out the Marines and the Marauders properly, then he certainly can be in a very good spot. What were those Marines doing? I don't know what that was all about, but they do move across. As we can see, Widowmines, Marines all getting ready to set up here. And the drones down in the bottom right-hand side are getting torn apart. We're now down to 28, 27, probably 26 drones in just a second here. Yeah, the last few Marines are now finally picked up, but Curious has lost quite a lot of his economy. We're now down to 35 drones at this point for the Zerg player. He's now coming in through the main base. Will he be able to get some good hits here? Yes, he takes out a Widowmine, can take some of the production as well, and this is what he wants to do. Draw his opponent away from that bottom side base, and then he can use the Ultras, the Lings, and the Infestors to come across and take that one down.
Yeah, it does look like he just wants to play defensive, actually, just picking up that base, going to get a couple more drones on it. He's rebuilding drones at the 35-minute mark, but it's probably a good decision. Attacking into that planetary is going to be really, really painful, especially with all those Widowmines, the turrets as well. Forcing innovation into a bad situation is probably the better way to go about things. Taking down a lot of production means he's not going to be able to re-max after he goes for an engagement, and that's key in these scenarios. Innovation isn't going to be wanting to build more barracks at this point in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
With a fully maxed army from Curious as well, he's got 40 drones, so the army supply is huge. A lot of that is a Mutilus, and that's hurting him, but the Mutilus are also there to keep pulling the units around the map and allow him to get this army. Oh, this could be the engagement, DUCKVILLE.
This could be it. We can see the Lings, the Banes, and everything is all rallying together here. Both players, they know what's going on, but will they be able to come across? It looks as if Innovation very, very cautious there, but here we go. The Mutas trying to push through. Wants to control this. Both of them want to control this unlike watchtower. Here it goes.
Really nice fungal from Curious there. The mines are all stacked up. If he gets a fungal on those, that'd be really nice, but it's so hard to pull it off, and the Mutilus just moving forward, picking up a couple of Marines at the top. I don't know where they came from, probably a weird drop, but now it looks like Curious is not in the best position. The mines all get burrowed. This is the engagement of the game. All the Widow mines go off, and Curious is pushing through. I think he's got enough. The fungals go down. Great fungals. The Mutilus doing a lot of damage as well. The Ultra is pushing through. There's not enough units for Innovation, and Curious cleans up the attack from Innovation, and now Curious is looking in a great position in this game.
Yeah, Curious just rolled through despite some massive Widowmine hits. It was not enough. The Mutas are still alive. We have Mutas here that have been here from the start of the game, I'm pretty sure, as they slowly come across. Innovation attempting to set up this base, but if he can't get this up, then this game may be over, because he is going to have a very hard time dealing with the production that Curious has available. But then again, Curious has had a little bit of a hard time getting his own bases up. As we can see, this one base up at the sort of the top middle edge is still mining, but will it be enough? Because he's got a beautiful force out right now, and oh wow, big group of SCVs gets chomped apart by the Ultras, transferring across, and that is the end of them. Now Innovation fighting from the top of the ramp. Widowmines attempting to burrow. Good shot on the middle of the Mutastack there, but Fungal's coming out, and I think that this is going to be the end for the Innovation in game at number 2 here. He is trying to produce some more units as quickly as he can, but the Mutaflock is still alive. 13 Mutas are still out and about on the map. Overseers go down. We can see some of the Ultras also getting chopped up as well by those mines, but Curious, has he done it?
I don't know, DUCKVILLE. He can still win these engagements if he gets some good Widowmine hits, but he doesn't actually have... Does he have a factory? He's still got a factory, so he's still got Widowmines out, but those Mutilus can be able to do a lot of damage. It can just micro these Marauders back, try and pick up that Ultralist, going back to the bunker, and it looks like Curious is going to retreat right now. But right now he can probably just take another base, not go for this kill move right now. In fact, Innovation's got another base at the bottom right, so... extra
bases around, so... Oh.
Pretty funky situation right now.
Down at the bottom side, a drone comes along and pecks away at the command center and it forces it to lift. That was really weird. But now we can see that Innovation is going to be moving one of his command centers across to the opposite side of the map, just to put it in a little bit of a nicer position here, easier for him to defend. But Curious has been able to set up his own base across on the top left-hand side. Muta's still causing all sorts of havoc, but the Marines have slowly been able to gather together some of their forces. But great snipe there from Curious to be able to take out one of those Widowmines, but still... The game hangs in the balance. I think I kind of agree. It is very difficult to call this one because of the fact that Curious has got really good supply. He's got these very mobile mutas there. But, you know, this is Innovation we're talking about. The guy with wonderful macro, wonderful game sense as well. And, you know, we'll find out if he's going to be able to push back again.
Yeah, it looks bad for Innovation because it's so low on supply, but it does not have enough Marines now to deal with the Mutalisk. The problem is, once Curious gets his Ultras count back up, Innovation needs to defend his main base and that planetary at the bottom at the same time, which is probably not possible. He needs everything to deal with the Mutalisk back at home, so the Ultras can probably take down that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base of Innovation down there. So we'll see. He's going to go for some Widow Mines, and he can get some good... He's actually going for a drop right now. I'm not sure about this, because all of his units are so important. I think that with Mutalisk out, he's going to find this drop. And is he moving across the drop now? No, he didn't see it move out. So he might actually be able to sneak in with this drop, but there are Ultralisks up there, so shouldn't do too much.
Yeah, we've got just one drone coming across to the top edge here. That is actually going to scout out that the drop is coming through. In fact, yeah, it is. So... Innovation he's got a little bit of trouble here. Nidus Worm coming out from Curious. He wants to get all of his units
look at all the
inside
mines.
the main base. Widow Mines all prepared for those mutas if they try and retreat. And it looks as if... Is he going to see it? Yes, he
Oh
is,
my
but
god!
no.
Oh my god, all the Mutalisks go down to the Widow Mines. Curious, that is painful. And now the Nidus goes down as well. Did Innovation just get his ticket back into this game? Losing all his Mutalisks is huge because now he's got no harassment left. He's got nothing to attack into the main whilst he takes down this planetary. He's got to go for direct engagements with Innovation, and with no creep and only Ultralisk, only one Infestor. That's not going to be as great as he wants it to be. Now the Widow Mines are moving forward. They've all nearly rearmed, and is Innovation going to make a comeback in this game, DUCKVILLE? I don't know.
Jeez, it's like you were mentioning it before. As soon as Curious gets the ultra count back up a bit, then he can do things like attacking multiple points while the mutas harass the main base. But now that the muta harassment threat is gone, Innovation is free to get his bases set up. We've got a big engagement in the middle. Widow Mines, no, not for the moment. But yeah, I mean, this leaves Innovation free to head out. He can do his drops again, as we can see up at the top edge. We do have a big, standard sort of medevac drop coming in, but it is going to be very big in the course of things because this distracts Curious as Innovation now looks to push inside, and this could be very, very troublesome as the Infestors come along. Widow Mines, there's still a huge count of Widow Mines right now. He was able to get a large amount of them out. One Marine sitting across at this base is going to keep that alive for the moment, but Innovation, he knows that there would be a few more mutas that come out, and he has protected this base up at the top position, and this could be a key to the Terran player winning this game here. This has been back and forth for almost 45 minutes in this match, which has just been an incredible display of back and forth macro and micro, and really excellent game sense from both players, and just the dedication to continue on and try and do what they can despite very, very troublesome scenarios.
Yeah, no, Innovation looking to move in. There's a lot of Widow Mines here. They do get the burrow, and now Curious is in an awkward position where he really needs to defend this base, but he's got to go into a choke point to defend it. Here he goes, Curious moving forward. He's not quite sure if he wants to do it or not. He probably wants to send a few units forward just to try and tank. Look how many Widow Mines there are! There's 10 Widow Mines right here, and if those Ultras go into those, they're all going to get shredded. There's 170 supply for Curious right now against the 130 for Innovation, but again, a lot of that is in drones, and 30 supply more drones in for Curious, and Curious is just building up his army. I think he's waiting for as many units as he can before he goes for this engagement, and he's just being so patient right now. There are more units coming from the bottom for Curious that are rallying in. Ling's coming in, going to start working on these Marines. Is he going to go for it? So patient from Curious. This is it. This is the engagement of the game. The Bailey's rolling in. The Ultralisk rolling in. The Widow Mine's going off. Can Curious do this? It looks like he can roll through. So many Ultralisks left over. 5 more Ultralisks left over, and the Infestors there as well. Going to be able to get the fungal on these Marines if they do try and run away. Innovation probably going to look for the pickoff, but this might be the end for Innovation. Great micro by Innovation, though. These Ultralisks just can't get the hits off. Look at this perfect micro by Innovation.
That is incredible stuff, but there is a huge fungal, and that switches it back around. The fungal is able to lock down the Marines and the Marauders on the ground, and the Ultras chew through the rest, and a GG. Curious takes game number 2.
DUCKVILLE.
I don't know, man. Like...
What a game.
Well... That was pretty crazy.
Hey guys, type a kappa in chat if you think that was a good game. Oh, that was insane.